Hi friends, it's Andriy Vasilenko. And I've got some bad and good news for you. And bad is pretty subjective because it depends on who hears that news. So anyway, the bad news is that I'm apparently stuck in the military for a while, for the nearest future, and maybe even beyond. But the good news is that right now I'm in a much better position than I used to be even half a year ago. And that's because of the decision on the risk and the opportunity I took last December. All that is paying off now. I have been assigned a job, a new job, a couple new ranks. Actually, I've made quite a career um, movement or these 6 months, and I'm adapting, and it looks pretty good, depending on the angle you take. Because being in the military is fun in its own way, but there is a caveat: it's wartime. So anything can happen. Every serviceman, every Ukrainian soldier, and surgeon and officer especially, is a target. That's why we have to keep low profile in a lot of regards: operational security, cyber security, and everything. And that's why I am so. You have so little updates from me, because every update is a little bit of information. If those pieces of information come together, we can have a picture, if you know what I mean. And most of my activity happened on Instagram when I posted some cat stories. And over these months, whenever I post something, you write, "Stay safe, we are with you, we are worrying about you." That means so much to me. But don't worry that much, because, first of all, the position, the rank, the job, and the location, relatively, because no place in Ukraine is safe now, make sure I'm not in the trenches anytime soon. And actually, the trenches have become kind of a theoretical, almost virtual word in the current state of the war. The trenches exist, but most of the action happens via the drones. 90% of casualties of damage is done by the drones. And that's the direction it is going now, but people still need it. And especially the people who are, kind of smart and motivated. And I consider myself kind of that kind of guy. And so I went down that path. I'm working with people now, primarily, to make sure they are fine in the military. Because this is a stressful job, and we are going through the draft now. So the fit men join the military, they find a place for himself and herself in the military. Girls are also welcome, but not in terms of mobilization, only men. So yeah, this is my life now and the future also. What it means for you, for the music, for the videos. For the past half year, I didn't have much conditions to make videos. Right now, I'm having a hint of being able to do something. Like half an hour after the work, I'm working from the morning to the evening, 12 hours. I know I'm not revealing my schedule, because you know why. But I literally having a couple of hours in the evening before going to bed to take care of myself, to decompress from the job, because it's quite intellectually demanding job. In the first couple of weeks of doing this job, I had this weird feeling, weird mix of cortisol and the dopamine and all kinds of hormones that are the opposite. Because cortisol is stress, because of the task you've been given is urgent, it has to be done now. Figure out how. And before you get anxious about it, you find a way to solve it, and you get that hit, a little hit of dopamine, while the cortisol stays high. That's the mix I have never experienced before in such measures. It takes its toll, but in a way, it's fun, if you know what I mean. To reframe it in a more resilient way. That's how we cope with all the hardships right now. And to be honest, the place I'm serving now, we have different locations, but anyway, is relatively safer even than the capital of Ukraine now, because Kyiv is the heart of Ukraine, where my wife and kids live, and Russians targeted so hard, especially after we ran out of anti-ballistic missiles. They struck it hard, knowing that weakness, striking civilians mostly. So my job is very, very distant from helping that, but I hope I'm this little gear that helps to move the machine overall too. One of the million men and women who work for the victory, for our survival. So yeah, about the content, actually, I found a way over the past couple of weeks to produce something on the channel a lot of you don't know about. I started a couple of years ago as the Tablature channel. Who would have known that this little side hustle would turn into my only actual outlet for making stuff on the internet now? And I hope you enjoy that too. If you stayed with me for a decade now, you know this is a recurring theme on all these channels, these isolated tracks, the riffs, the taps, the bass lines. So if you like that, go to the channel. It's called Yahoo. Link description, subscribe, watch, and yeah. You can support me also still for that on Patreon and elsewhere. And yeah, tomorrow is my birthday. Anyway, that's what it is for now. We'll see what happens in the future. But right now, I'm just glad to see you, hear you. Thank you for staying here. Being metal, and Slava Ukraini!